Andretti's arrival into F1, although incomplete, is drawing a lot of attention and is having a polarizing effect on the F1 world. Not only are fans divided about a new team, but also the team principals, with many not happy to see a new team joining. The Andrettis are not holding back either, with both brothers having much to say. Stick around to find out which team principals aren't happy, Andretti's response to them, and how Andretti's entry into F1 does not bode well for Red Bull's future in the sport. Red Bull is facing some unprecedented times in 2023, with many believing it will be a tough season for last year's dominant winners. But one constant will be Christian Horner, with the Brit having this to say about his future at Red Bull. "My heart is here, my commitment is here, and the next challenge is with powertrains," said Horner. "We have brought a brand new group of people together to take on some of the best engine manufacturers in the world as a subsidiary of an energy drinks company." That is massive, so that gets me up in the morning. There is still a lot to do. I am still hungry to achieve more. I still have that competitive fire burning within me, he said. "At the moment, I still enjoy the competition too much to let that go, and I'm still the youngest CEO and team principal in the sport, so I've got a few years left to use. I have got no plans to hang up my past just yet." Now, if you're a Red Bull fan, this is music to your ears. With Horner being linked to the Ferrari job in the summer, there may have been some nervous fans, but let's not joke, Horner was never going to go to Ferrari. With Max and Christian at the helm, Red Bull has some exciting times ahead, with both being proven winners. One thing that won't be good for them, though, is the entry of Andretti. Cadillac will help turn Andretti racing into a superpower, and when change is afoot, it doesn't please everyone, with a particular team principal not being thrilled about it. If you are wondering, yes, it's Toto Wolff. The outspoken Mercedes team principal had this to say about new entrants. "Andretti is a great name. They have done exceptional things in the US, but this is sport and this is business. We need to understand what it is you can provide to the sport, and if an OEM or multinational group joins Formula One and can demonstrate they're going to spend X amount of dollars in activating, in marketing, and in various markets, that is obviously a totally different value proposition for all the other teams. We have 10 franchises that we hope can increase the value. You are certainly not going to increase the value by issuing new franchises to people who cannot increase the overall value of Formula One," said Toto Wolff. And Toto, while being harsh, does have a point. We don't want to see any old team come in and dilute the sport or not be competitive. However, most people may be asking, is Toto Wolff too powerful in F1? He has a particular ability, with many believing it was Mercedes consistently moaning about the porpoising that changed the rules. And Mario Andretti had a somewhat cryptic response to the following tweet: "Toto Wolff too powerful for F1, is he? Worth asking questions in this age of transparency and boom times." Mario replied, "This needed to be said, it's about time." Michael also had this to say, not directly aimed at Toto, but it could be seen that way. "We're bringing one of the biggest manufacturers in the world now with us, with General Motors, and Cadillac," Andretti said. "So we feel that that was the one box we didn't have checked that we do have checked now. That, I think, will be bringing a tremendous amount of support now to Formula One. It's hard for anyone to argue with that now." Both brothers are pretty vocal about Wolff's cold response to them entering the F1 world, but they seem to have got the upper hand on the Austrian. Only time will tell if they fully get the better of him. And we know that the new entry into F1 doesn't bode well for the future of Red Bull. The partnership between Andretti and GM throws up an exciting narrative to the already confusing story of the 2026 engine suppliers. Many were surprised that Andretti and Cadillac were partnering together, as it was thought that Andretti would partner with Renault for its power units and not build an in-house power unit. However, for the time being, they will still be partnering with another power unit supplier. GM will be used in another capacity. As confirmed by Mark Royce, the president of GM, "We have a signed agreement with the power unit supplier to begin with," said General Motors president Mark Royce when questioned by RacingNews365.com. "Then as we move forward, we'll bring a lot of our expertise to create things for the future as well." Andretti has not confirmed their engine supplier, and with Cadillac entering the picture, it throws a spanner in the works for the Austrian team. Red Bull's current engine supplier is Honda, with the contract between the parties set to run until 2025, and a possible collaboration to be done in 2026 with Red Bull as a manufacturer partner to badge its power units. This is where it gets interesting. Honda has always been happy to let other companies rebadge its products, having leased out its IP to Red Bull for the next few years. Furthermore, Cadillac and Honda have a long-standing automotive business collaboration regarding electric vehicles, so the two companies already have good ties. Mark Royce gave a rather coy response when asked about Honda as an engine supplier, having this to say: "On the EV part of it, obviously we do have a large partnership with Honda. We also compete against Honda in series like IndyCar as well. So we have that natural respect and relationship, which is not problematic at all. We'll talk about the engine piece of this at a later date." Not giving away too much, but not ruling it out either. Now, engine suppliers can supply more than one team, but Red Bull wanting to use Honda in a different capacity may mean the end of the successful collaboration between Honda and Red Bull. The Austrian team is looking at other suppliers, most notably Ford, to help manufacture the engines. Building an engine is not easy, and going from a tried and tested partnership with Honda to a new collaboration with Ford is risky. Ford has a great history in F1, but has not manufactured an engine in ages. They are potentially putting Red Bull at the back of the pack for 2026. With Marco providing insight on the current situation, "It's a tense situation with a history," he told Automotor on Sport. "When Honda announced its withdrawal 2 years ago, we would have had nothing at all in the first phase. Honda didn't even want to supply the existing engine. We were able to gradually transform that into a cooperation as we see it today. At the same time, to safeguard the future, we set up our own engine plant, which is state-of-the-art with the latest test benches and measuring instruments from AVL in a newly built factory. In Sakura, we have the same from Honda. When it came to deciding who would do what from 2026, things got difficult. It was planned that Honda would only do the electrical part, but we didn't come to a common denominator. But let's see, a decision will be made soon." On the potential of a new partner for 2026, Marco said, "Let's wait and see." But this is not helped by Red Bull's very selective process of who they will work with. The Austrian team is known to be picky with who they will work with. Porsche was brushed aside by Marco and Chistian because they wanted too much say, and anyone looking to get involved will most likely just be a cog in the Red Bull system. Horner recently had this to say in an interview: "We're always going to be selective about the partners that we're going to want to work with. I think that there's a commitment from the group with the engine up to 2030. We've made that commitment, and anybody that we work with will need to be there on merit because it's the right fit, both technically and commercially. At least they are committed to quality, which may please Mercedes. Not that Red Bull ever wants to do that. Toto and Horner have a love-hate relationship. What do you think about Honda and Cadillac? Should the two teams work together? Comments below.